We're gonna record on this PC. Again, I appreciate everybody being here right now. Shoot, you could have been anywhere else in the world, but you're here with me. I heard there's some other stuff going on tonight, but we are about to get this thing popping tonight, and I still want to do a quick walkthrough because I do know I have one individual who's just getting started with us tonight. So hopefully this comes up real quick. I was going to bypass on this portion, but I think it's important to always make sure that we know how to navigate and we know how to get to where we need to get to. Okay, cuz it look like your audio is on.
Yeah, I'm
All right, so
fine
you
with
can hear me
it.
now. Okay, so you can hear me now. I see you.
Yes, sir.
I got you. I got you.
Yes,
All right.
sir.
I got you. Well, what I just did, I'm gonna mute you real quick, just so I can kind of get this ball rolling. And what I'm about to do is go through the back office walkthrough. So not sure if you got the full registration done. If so, cool. If not, we'll finalize that in a second. But still want you to actually be able to see what you'll be getting. Of course, Tradera.org, is where your password, your login would be. Of course, it's going to ask you to do the captcha to make sure you're not a robot. Hearing there's a lot of robots out here lately. But how we navigate, so what's going to happen is once you register, um, basically you're going to get your back office. That's going to come up something similar like this. So like my product list, it shows that I'm a membership and I'm a IBO member as well. That's what I'm for. This is our back office. Here you can go to your name, sign out. No need to register now, but the bee's knees is in our client aspect of things. You can see client, the first thing you want to go to is the Trade Academy. And again, this is where our education starts, right? It's just where it starts. Okay, and in the Trade Academy, it breaks down everything from A to Z. When I mean from A to Z, I mean the overview of and welcoming, you to Tradera, breaking up the asset classes, what is foreign currency, what is cryptocurrency as well. And again, it's going to come through, as you guys can see, the affidavits here, the PDFs that's going to be right here for you. That's going to walk us through all that. So cryptocurrency intro to crypto. First, to even do that, we have to understand what is currency, right? We go back to, the 20th century, talking about the beginning of fiat currencies, things like that, the barter systems, everything, when it comes through our education, truly A to Z, right? Literally, as you can see, the history of what is currency before we get to foreign currency and cryptocurrency, right? We can't trade crypto if we don't even know what currency is, right? Or foreign currency if we don't know what true money is. Again, the Forex terminology. Um, this was kind of cool. Yes, I went through with someone who just joined as well. When I say, hey, I'm trading EUR, they're like, what is that? It's the euro. I'm trading CAD. What is that? That's Canadian dollar. It breaks down all this lingo and the terminology that I use, especially saw my Facebook post. I did 400 pips on XAU, which is gold in the Forex market, right? So I did 400 pips and I explained to what that is or means in a little bit. Going to your basics, how to trade on mobile, how to trade on desktop, how to set up your trading view. And trading view, what that is this right here. It's free. It's free to register here. This is just where we do a lot of our charting and marking up our charts at, so definitely want to register at tradingview.com. If you don't have one set up right now, for everyone that's on the call, tradingview.com, register, set up a free account. There's no need to upgrade to anything right now, unless you want to do something later with that. Support and resistance. Trading analysis is next. Going over what are your trading styles, the different trading styles. Of course, you have scalpers, you have day traders, you have swing traders, your charting styles. How are you going to set up your charts? Are you going to do naked trading where you kind of just simply eyeballing the market in a sense, or are you going to utilize trend lines, indicators, and things like that? Support and resistance training number one. This is where it gets even more interactive. With our video sessions, these are between 20 and 30 minutes, and we have 11 of them just on support and resistance alone. And what that breaks down is the zones, as you guys can see in the market, when price what is price doing in these zones? Am I understanding resistance, which is a level in the market where it becomes a, I want to say a roof, right? R for roof. When things hit a roof, they resist the roof and they bounce down. When things hit support or a floor, they do what? They bounce up, right? So this is really going to break down that support and resistance and how to look at the charts to the point it's not going to matter what chart you're looking at, you're going to be able to identify that. So quick segue into trend identification, right? Are we seeing bullish trends, which is an uptrend? Are we seeing bearish trends, which is a downtrend? Are we seeing consolidation, which means it's not really making a lot of moves, it's staying very consistent to current price? Okay. Um, the price channels, again, market structure, price action. When you get to price action, this is really when you start getting in the game of knowing how to really multiply your money and get things moving the right way. The market environment, the Fibonacci's. This is when we start getting to real advanced level trading, especially with your Elliott waves, recognizing certain waves in the market. Once you see a W, for example, you see a wave that forms almost a W, you then know, hey, this is a buy. Or if you see something that creates a M in the market, this is a sell, right? You're going to be able to identify things like that as well. Time frame analysis, correlation, and risk management. I actually believe risk management should be number one, to be honest with you, because a lot of times what I see with people, especially new traders, a lot of people get in, unfortunately, still with the thought of I'm gonna get rich in 30 days or overnight or this week, right? And that's not the case. You know, this is what we're here is learning a skill where eventually, yes, you the potential is there, right? But there are no guarantees in the market. It's based on how much effort you're willing to put in is what you're going to get out, right? What you sow is what you're going to reap, right? Again, you sow good, you reap good, right? You sow bad, you reap bad. You don't sow, you can't reap, right? So how much time can you get into this academy learning the skill and of course staying plugged in? As well, here's our trade alerts. This is still being updated. We are still receiving our trade alerts from the group. Of course, however, with the back office, the results are a lag with being updated, being that we have a new site now. So we're still working on the results getting up there, the track history. But again, if you've been following me in the group, we actually had about, let me see, how many trades this week? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, about 20 trades, and we've only, well, 25 trades, and we lost 4 of them. So we're 21 and 4 this week, which is a great ratio, I would think so. Trade economy, this is basically where we're going to be able to go here and talk about the forecast, the news, different things that could impact, changes in the market, like Russian holidays, Japanese business plunges, and things like that. So we may not want to trade the euro during some time like this. We may not want to trade the JPY, right? Hey, U.S. economy is soaring. Does that mean the U.S. dollar is getting stronger? What's going on, right? So now, for example, stimulus checks come out. Hey, that means the U.S. dollar is probably going to get weak. Why? Because, hey, there's an influx of money that's just being printed, so that means the value of the dollar does what? Goes down. Whereas the sense of, hey, they're going to postpone the stimulus checks, guess what? The dollar becomes strong, right? That's just a simple example or narrative that you could come across. Also, here are trade sessions. And these are from the professional traders. Okay. These are some of just the recordings that have been updated. Again, as you guys can see, everything is updated up until the 26th of July. With the transition from the old site to the new site, we're still bringing those recordings over. The beauty of it is that we still have the live sessions that come available. So again, Sunday at 8 p.m. You're going to be able to come here and join the live session from Sunday through Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Log in, back office, 8 o'clock, Sunday through Thursday. Let's join the live session and let's keep working. To all my clients here, you're going to be in an IBO. You won't be able to see your commissions or your team because we don't go IBO until we get our 3. That's when we go IBO, okay, and start building. We choose to do that. But what you will see right now, what I ask anybody on my team personally who signs up, go ahead and again look around with everything and make sure you send me or your sponsor your referral link. And the reason why I asked for your referral link is because we are a team, Team Trendz, where we believe everybody eats, right? So basically what that means, yes, I have a team of 3 legs, but guess what? That means when new people want to join my team, I have access to my team's referral link. So what I would do is I would actually spread the love of new members coming in so they can be under different individuals' organization, kind of in a pattern, right? So I would kind of go leg 1, leg 2, leg 3, right? And then I will go back again, leg 1, leg 2, leg 3, right? And continue to do that. And basically what that does, it builds my team, my residual, but I help others build their residual as well, right? And that's what we do here with our team. Here's your account info, your profile, your billing status, subscriptions, notification settings. I'm not gonna click this because it's gonna open up a lot of my personal information, and then the recording will then go to waste, unfortunately. But that is our back office. Again, it's simple, it's sweet. You know, again, the value that you're getting for just $99, you know, a month, the education that you're getting, especially in a one-stop shop like this, and the trade sessions itself. And the crazy part, these are just what the company is offering us, right? Let's think about the trade sessions that we have just on Team Trendz, like a training tonight, you know, for the team, back office walkthrough, academy questions. I'm going to go through some 20 pip and dip stuff in a second, right? And then we got Justin on the line too to help those who are looking to build the team and to go 3 and free, or to go to $1,000 a month or $5,000 a month, whatever it is your heart desires, how you can get there. Because again, our team is growing rapidly. So we want to make sure we can help any and everyone do what they need to do and reason why they join. Okay, so that's very, very important. But so far, any questions currently about the back office right now? Y'all got anything right now? Let me see. If not, I'm gonna keep it moving. We can always come back to it if we do got anything, which is cool, cool. All right, so what I'm gonna do now is log out of this. Log out of my back office just so I want to log out, clear my session. All right, and now what I'm going to go to is go over to my trading view. This is the technical analysis portion of the call. I'm not going to take a lot of time here. Just really going to show, you know, how I made $70 today, basically trading in the market from the comfort of my own home. Well, not the comfort of my home. I did kind of go to, what did I do today? I went to the track. I ran a mile and a half. So I did that. After that, came home, showered, and yeah, that was probably about it in a sense. But I was able to do the things that I wanted to do and like to do, and made money doing it. Made $70 just kind of living my life today, and that's what trading how has allowed me to do, and what a lot of us want to do. We want to be able to go and do the things we love to do on a daily basis, but also make passive income. Okay, and trading allows you to learn a skill set where you can actually create that, you know, for yourself. All right, so let's look at XAUUSD, which is gold, and I like to look at it on the Awanda, because, or where it says FX, because it's going to be close relative to what my FX broker looks like, or the numbers are going to resemble, because I want to actually enter the market, you know, as precise as I can. And I'm not even gonna lie, Justin, I'm not sure if you've seen in the chat, but I was so hyped because I really, really had some sniper entries today. Like, I'm gonna show you guys, you know, if it's still up here, because I was on my phone doing it. There it is right there. Boom. Kind of gonna look at that, right? Because basically what I saw in the market, basically I saw my buy option here. Okay. And anytime I see the buy comes up on a 1 hour chart, and again, what you see here, the indicator I'm using is called the 20 pip and dip indicator. It basically tells you when to buy or when to sell. And we have a strategy that we utilize that, of course, I have a teaching on that as well. The indicator is an add-on, right? The reason this comes free with joining my group is because I'm a part of David's group, and David is a six-figure trader who created this indicator and shares it with me and my team for free because I decided to join him. So it's not a Tradera feature. So if you have an issue with the feature, can't contact Tradera. It's trademarked through the professional trader himself. As you guys can see, that 20 pip and dip trademark right there in that left hand corner. But basically what I like to do is I like to find my most recent buy candle on the 1 hour chart, as you guys can see here. Find a buy, I put my green line there to identify it. Then I go down to the 5-minute time frame, right? And then on the 5-minute time frame, what you want to find, basically, after the line, you want to find that next candle that closes above the 50, right? And you saw technically this was that line right there, right? But what I like to do is a second confirmation, right? Okay, yes, it closes, but what does that next candle do? Okay, so that next candle on the 5-minute also stays above the 50 and closes, and that's when I hit this line. I created this line right here because on the 5-minute chart, basically, it was probably up in here somewhere. So I put what I call in a buy limit. Because what I knew was, okay, price is going to bounce back down to this area. And when it does that, I'm predicting it's going to shoot up. And by golly, look at what it did, right? It shot all the way up really to 2075. Again, I got out at 2066 because my entry was 2061.30, which actually in Forex terms was about 46 pips. Okay. And I'm going to explain right now what 46 pips was for me personally and what it could be for different people. Okay. So pips, let me see. We say, what are they, right? So 40 pips equals, okay. So at a 0.01, which equals 10 cents, 40 pips equals $40. Okay. I'm sorry, $4, 40 pips. Okay. And then at 0.10, which is $1 per pip, you've done what? You've got $40. Okay. And at 1.00, which is a standard lot, which is $10 per pip. Clicking too much. Bring it back up. All right, which is $10. That equals $400 per trade. Again, based on my account, I have a smaller account. I have, well, now it's over $500. I began this week at about 380, 390. So it's definitely been a good week for me. But those are the pips. And actually it was 400, not 40. I'm sorry, y'all. So let me change that. But that is the accurate situation of 40 pips. So that's why on a 20 pip and dip strategy, why 20 pips really is so powerful. Okay. And I'm going to give you that example here, right? At 10 cents, you just had 20 pips. You took 10 cents to $2, right? What would you do if you could leave a dime on your dresser when you go to sleep and every morning you woke up, it was $2, right? You would probably leave all the dimes. You'll probably try to add some nickels, maybe some quarters and leave on your dresser, right? But that's the power of pips, right? And I know, especially if you're new, you're probably asking me, well, Travis, why did you only risk 10 cents? Right? That's the $1,000,000 question, right? Because people see that $200 and like, why the hell didn't he get that $200? Right? And that's the thing about trading or investing, right? If I have a $300 account, for example, and I'm risking $10 per pip, I'm over leveraging, which means I'm outside of my risk parameters. I'm risking at this point 30 to 40% of my account for one trade, right? Which is, again, not what traders or investors do, right? When you trade, you want to risk only 1 to 2% of your account. So if I have $300, right, 1 to 2% is between $3 to $6 per trade, right? So I'm going to use 10 cents because my stop loss is going to be $3. If it goes the wrong way, I'm only going to lose $3 and it's going to kick me out of the account. But if I'm at $10 per pip and I go back 30, I just lost, I'm sorry, I just go $10 and I lose 3 pips. I just lost $30 of my 300 instead of just $3 or $6, right? And that's how proper risk management actually allows you to win in this market. You can actually be 50% with the right risk management and still be in profit, okay? On a 1-to-2 ratio, right? For example, I risk 10 cents to get $2, right? Okay, so I win $2. I do another trade of 10 cents and it stops me out at a loss of $1, right? So that's 50% win, but I won 2 on the first one. I lost $1 on the second one. And guess what? I'm still in profit, $1, okay? And again, the more you are into your basics and your terminology, the more you will understand what I'm saying. And hopefully I am saying it slow enough in a sense where there is some form of comprehension or understanding. You may not have it in full just yet, but going through the basics and terminology, and then getting on this calls with me as well, you would simply understand exactly what's going on. But if you look at it right here, ladies and gentlemen, you guys kind of actually see this was actually what my entry point was, right? But because that point right there, I'm not sure if y'all can see it, but it actually didn't hit the red line, right? It actually missed it just by like 1 pip, because that's why you can see my entry point ended up being up here, because I saw it, I happened to see it miss it by 1. And man, if I could have got right in right there, that would have just been probably 10 to 20 more pips I could have got. But nevertheless, I went and changed it to a market execution, right? Because I saw it hit my zone and I entered the market right here at 2061.34. Okay. And I went to sleep, right? I put my take profit in at 2066. Again, which was 200 pips uh, from right here, and I went to sleep. Okay, I woke up at market being right here, right? And again, I'm like, man, I could have got more. Stick to your strategy. Don't be greedy. You'll get another opportunity, right? Remember that. So many people say it could have been more, and what you do is you do this. You don't put that take profit in, and you go to sleep, and it does all this, and then you see it come right back down here and you only take home 10 pips because you're trying to be greedy to get 500, and now you only got 10, because by the time you woke up, now guess what, you've done retrace, right? So again, stick to your strategy, keep it simple. 20 pips can, as you guys can see, can go very far. Again, if you have a $1 account, a $100 account, I'm sorry, and you're making $2 per trade, you're increasing your account by 2% per trade. I don't think you understand that percentage and how awesome that is, because your measly bank is only going to give you $1 a year. You're probably not even going to get $1. If you only got $100 in your bank, you're probably going to get 10 cents after a whole year, based on that 0.01% or whatever it is that they're giving out nowadays. But that's what I utilize to actually catch that gold. I actually caught another buy as well. Let me look at my phone and see, when did I catch that? I want to see, that was at 27. No, that's US 30. That's a different one. 2061. Where is that at? So this was where I got in at today on the second one. First one, 2043. I'm sorry. So this was the trade I took today. But the trade I took yesterday was from when I was at Sam's house. I was at one of my partner's house that trades with us as well. He stays about 10 minutes from me. So I went to his house and he was in a buy, but the market was now coming down. The market was on its way down a bit, and I believe it was right here. Okay, and I'm thinking to myself like, man, as I'm looking at it, I see if it hits this point again at 2030, it's going to bounce back up, right? He had kind of got in at 2050, right? So at this point, he done took that 20 pip loss. Like, man, I'm getting out, right? That's when I was getting in because I saw the trend that you guys can see right here, right? It hit this low. My whole thing was I'm thinking of a double bottom. If it comes this low again, guess what it's gonna do? It's gonna do exactly what it did right here. It's gonna go up, right? So I put in a buy limit to say, hey, if it ever comes back down to this zone again, I want to buy it because it's gonna go back up. And by golly, what did it do? It hit that zone again, and it did what? It bounced right on back up, right? So you just are able to start identifying different trends in the market simply because you know the more you study, the more you learn, the more you look at it, the more you practice, things start to become that, right? There's a lot of things that we do now that's a talent that we didn't have at birth. It's we learned the behavior, right? Just like waking up and brushing your teeth every morning, that's a learned behavior, right? We know it's important to brush your teeth when you wake up, right? So we've been repetitive at it to the point don't even think about it anymore when you get up. You just know, it's just muscle memory to do these things, right? So that's why you have to put the work in to get to where you need to be next. Don't see any questions in the chat. If y'all got any questions in the chat, just let me know. Again, this is recorded, so we will be able to come back to it. Real quick, I do want to look at US 30, right? And basically what US 30 is and I actually want to get the accuracy here in a second. I always like to go to Google. Google tells me everything, right? What is US 30, right? Because I can explain it, but again, I want people to be able to know how to go and actually research it themselves as well, because it's always important to always do your own research, and things like that, and be able to fish for yourself and not always waiting for information from others. I think that's important, to be enriched, to be empowered, and also to be educated. But basically, looking at this, otherwise known as the DJ30, is price stock market index. It measures the performance of the 30 largest publicly owned companies listed on the New York Stock Exchange, right? So yes, trading Forex does incorporate into trading stocks, as you guys can see, because I trade this US 30 as well. And US 30 is a beast. It moves very, very fast. So having an indicator like this US 30, like I have right here, had another precision, precise, entry point, as you guys can see here. I'm gonna go to the 1 hour. Always look at that on the 1 hour time frame, right? As you guys can see, I caught that buy. It said buy. Okay, so I put my line here, right? Because it tells me buy and it's above the 50. So that's my first confirmation that is, a buy. I then go to the 5 hour. I mean, not the 5 hour, but the 5 minute, right? And then what I look for is the next candle that um that was a buy that closes, right? We see this ends in a sell, this ends in a buy. So I'm like, okay, kind of waiting. But by the time I get here, by the time I look at the 5 minute chart, this is the candle I see, right? And I see that candle close, right? And this is where I enter. And as you guys can see, I entered at 27236, and I was able to ride the wave all the way to 27256. So honestly, about right here, right? I'm not looking to gain a lot. Absolutely, I could have got all this, right? But I stick to my strategy. I get the 20 pips that I'm looking for. It took me 10 cents and I got $5, right? Could I have gotten 20 or 30? It's possible. But guess what I do know about the market? The market is gonna eventually give me the opportunity to get back in. If this was something where I could have been able to wait, or something like that, or watch it all day, then possibly I could have trailed it. Every time it moves up 20, I move my stop loss take profit and I trail it. And I keep trailing all the way to the top. And then I take profit there about 15 instead of $5. But one thing I tell people all the time, Oatmeal is better than no meal. Again, create a strategy, stick to the strategy, stick to, your morals, please, and don't be greedy. Because the time you be greedy, you're gonna put in that, oh, I'm gonna put in that 1.00, man, because I'm nice at this 0.01 or this 10 cents. And guess what? That's usually the time the market says, hey, I need to humble you. Because the market will humble you if you're outside of your strategy. For example, today I made $70, right? The trades right now, I got 3 trades in. If I lose all 3 trades right now, I'm going to lose $4. Okay, which means my $70 profit is going to go to $66 profit today, which means guess what? I'm still in positive profit, right? You win big, you lose small. That's how you stay in the game. Okay. um, JP, I know you're on the line. You got anything to add to that, my good brother?
Man, all I'm gonna say is, you're right on track with, just the risk. The risk is the most important thing, as you talked about. If you would have put that, had to put it on a list of things that's most important. That risk amount. You always say, increase your equity. Not your lot size.
Right.
So, no, man, I don't have anything. I think you're doing a fantastic job as usual. So,
I got you. I got you. Appreciate it. So now what I would like for you to do, I'm not sure if you have the ability to share your screen. Let me know if you do or don't. But I do want you to go ahead.
no, you good. I'm about to
Okay.
get myself in position right now.
Gotcha. Because what I would like you to do is because, of course, with our team, we do have the ability to build a team, right? And building a team actually comes organically when we are able to do what I just showed you, right? If you're able to take 10 cents and make $5, you become more confident. That's the key word. You become more confident. And that's what everyone looks for. Everyone says that, right? I was speaking to a guy yesterday by the name Mr. Bullock, I want to say. Nice guy, kind of just met him in Walmart, just kind of just start talking to me. I get those vibes sometimes. And my wife is like, man, you always meeting a new friend. I'm like, I just who I am, right? So we're talking. I tell him, hey, I trade. I gave him one of my flyers I had on me. And he's like, okay, man, I see it, I like it, and stuff like that. He said, but before I build, I would want to know for myself. And I'm like, I get that, and that's because everyone, has a moral principle, right? We have principles. So we don't want to put people on to things that we're uneasy about or could be quote unquote scamish in a sense. Let me see. Boom, I got you. That could be quote unquote scamish in a sense, right? And I understand it, right? But once we get into forex, we get into trading, we already know that it's not a scam. Why? Because we're exchanging money, right? There are big currency exchange places and airports in Miami Beach, if you ever been down there, because people come from other countries and they need to do what? Exchange their money to the current currency in the country they're in, right? You've seen it before. People do, people do it. You have to do it, right? If you order something from Amazon that's from China, guess what? You're part of foreign exchange, right? Because guess what? Someone had to actually pay these people in China in Japanese yen. So the US dollar had to be exchanged to that currency to pay them, right? And because of this supply and demand, this is what moves the market up and down. Okay. Simple supply and demand. Simple supply and demand. Let me see something right now. So JP, not sure if you set up just yet.
Yeah, I'm good.
You good? Let me see how I can I'm gonna stop my share real quick so you can actually get your share on. Give me 1 second. Multiple can share. Boop. There you go.
All right, cool. Let me see. All right. Mm-mm-mm. Man. Okay, here we go. Nope, that's not what I want. hold on 1 second. I'm still trying to pull up this site I need. All right, cool. Travis, can you see my screen?
Yeah, I can see your screen now.
All right, cool. All right, so I know we talked about this before, but I think we got some new folks on here, and you know, Travis said a few things, guys. That well, pretty much everything he said, I agree with 1,000%. So hopefully, you guys are understand that this is a marathon. It's not a sprint. It's a journey. It's but if you take it serious, if you take the information, apply it, and really give it a concerted effort, a real effort, then you can actually start printing money literally every single day. And so we've literally watched people come in this industry, and I'm talking about just learning the skill of trading forex, go from nothing to, I mean, Travis, if I may, as at one point, could you really just get $70 out the market in a given day? Could you always do that?
Absolutely.
I mean, when you first started,
Oh,
could
when
you?
I first started? Oh, when I first started, nah. I mean, I was probably trying to get $1 to $3, starting off.
Right, right. And so that's my point. My point is that you have to really make this thing real for you, okay? And the more you actually give it a real chance for you to succeed, the better, basically the better the outcome. So you got to make sure that you're giving yourself a chance, giving yourself permission to succeed. And what I mean by that is you got to study, and even if you can't study, you don't have a lot of time to study, use the principles of risk management. Use the signals that we had. We 20-4. What's that? Was it 25-4 or 20-4 for the week so far?
21-4.
21-4, guys. 21-4 for the week. Everybody should be up right now. I mean, literally, if you're using these trading signals, right? Everybody should be up right now, right? And so that in and of itself is enough for you to actually start sharing results with other people in terms of having them understand, hey, we're making money over here. This is I'm making money from my phone. So that's the general conversation that we have. But what I do want to do, guys, I want to show you. I always go to this website because I like making this real for people to really understand what they're a part of. Not just a part of Intradera per se, but a part of the opportunity that you have to really become an entrepreneur, to become a person who has multiple streams of income, a person who really understands leverage and in the capacity that the United States of America is giving you the opportunity to leverage, right? What am I talking about? Well, I'm talking about the home-based business industry, right? Industry that is responsible for 10,000 plus companies that generates over $180 billion a year, right? I'm talking about that industry. I'm talking about the industry that most of us, when we didn't know anything about it, first referred to it as a get rich quick scheme or a scam or a pyramid scheme. I'm talking about that industry, right? And so I want you guys to take a look at this really quick here because this is important to understand in terms of educating ourselves, right? If you look at this list, this list of companies here, there is, let me see, I'm just going to click companies. Right. So this list of companies, guys, there's over 10,000 companies, right? And a lot of these companies, are multi-million and even billion-dollar companies. Some of these are legacy companies, companies that you've heard for years, right? Companies, Amway, of course, is a big one. That may be the biggest. All right, but some companies, do better than others, right? But imagine being a part of a company that you've never heard of. I never heard of this company right now, AMC International. But this company, right? It's generating millions of dollars. Okay, I mean, 2019 they generated over $100 million, right? 2015 over $107 million. But there's people in these companies that's, guess what, making, you know hundreds of thousands of dollars, millions of dollars. Okay. And so what does that mean? That means that, there's, and the people who are in these companies, guys, guess who they are? They're not, celebrities. They're not athletes. They're not entertainers. These are average people who are working from home, but they're building a company within the company. Okay. They're building a company within the company. What does that mean? That means if you can actually refer a product or a service, and you can actually build or leverage the tools that the system that the company is giving you to do that, right? You can build a substantial residual income. Now, unlike a lot of these companies, a lot of these companies carry products. They carry things that you got to get shipped, and you got to be on some type of pre-order. You got to, or monthly auto ship. And all of that is great. You got the beauty industry, you got the health industry, you got all these different type of industries, right? And that's great. Everybody needs all of these products and services at some point. But you know, imagine being a part of a company that has a digital product, all right? And our product is education, right? A product that will show you how to multiply your money. Who wants money? Well, everybody wants money. Okay,
Everybody.
everybody. I don't know a person on this live right now, on this Zoom, that doesn't want money. I don't know a person that doesn't know a person that doesn't want more money, right? And so that really creates an opportunity for us to really build this thing and build it big. Now, uh, when you look at the price point of Tradera, $100, $99 to be exact, and then $99 a month to keep the services going, guys. That's the in my opinion, it's perfectly positioned for anybody, any income class. Especially if you're in middle class, right? I'm talking about lower middle class, upper middle class, mid middle class, wherever you want to call it, right? And even some of the people that you don't think may be in a position to do it. I mean, everybody can get their hands on $100, right? And so, saying all that to say, I do want to always go here because I think exposure is everything. That's one of the principles I live by. And so, when you look at, the top earners in this industry, guys, a lot of times people don't think that this thing is real. They don't think that, people can really earn, a substantial income, working from home. And, I mean, just I want you to look at this list really quick here. Now, granted, these are the top income earners in the world of network marketing. But I mean, just look at this list. Somebody's actually making $2 million per month, right? That's $26 million a year. You got somebody else making $1 million a month, right? That's 12 million a year, right? You got, I mean, the list goes on and on and on. Some of these people we personally know on this list, right? Had some time to had a chance to spend some time with one of these guys on this list. I mean, a very close, a good friend of mine. But you know, this is real. I mean, and everything in between. So you see hundreds of thousands of dollars on a monthly basis. But look at this right here, guys. This is all one I want you to pay close attention to. This is 1 out of 50, but there's 4,192 entries, right? Now, I know that I'm not sure we got any athletes on the line, but I've always been a competitor. I've always said, if somebody else can do it, I can do it too. That's just been, my mode of thinking. And I'm flipping through these pages here, guys, because I want you to see, how many average people, just make a decision to do above average things, right? They say, you know what? I know I was conditioned to work a 9 to 5, to to raise my family off of, 50, $60,000, $70,000 a year, whatever the case may be, right? But what about shifting your mindset, saying, instead of that being a yearly income, what about making that a monthly income? How about $85,000 a month? How about $1 million a year, right? Well, that can only be done, guys, through business, right? That can only be done through the industry of entrepreneurship.
Man, I think you went out. Sheesh. He's speaking that thing right there. JP, if you can hear me, you went out, bro. I know it's storming where you at, cause it's storming where I'm at.
50 here,
Hey,
50,000.
JP, run that back from me real quick. The last minute.
Okay.
Okay.
So what I was saying, I'm sorry, I got cut off. Probably got cut off. What I was saying, guys, is that you want to make sure that you're giving yourself a fighting chance, because we've all been conditioned to believe that $50,000, right? At one point, we thought $50,000 a year was a deal. You know what I'm saying? Man, if I could just make 50 grand a year, right? And even now, I think now it's 100 grand a year. If I could just make 100 grand a year, right? I mean, well, who said who said that was the blueprint? Who said that was now I can understand if you've never made $100,000 a year, that may seem like a big deal to you, right? But imagine shifting your mindset, your thought process to $50,000 a month, okay? And again, these are average people, guys, who just made a decision to do above average things, right? Now, some of the things that they do, they it's uncommon to average people. Speaking affirmations, listen to personal development, right? What is personal development? Listen to the audios and personal self development, reading books, and things that just average people, in the 97% won't do. People that just work job, they don't. I mean, listen to audios for what? Read books for what? Right? And so I'm saying all of this to say this: to get something different, guys, you got to be willing to do something different. Okay. I got a couple. I got a few books that I'm going to recommend, and also some audios, because I believe if you're a part of Tradera, now you don't have to do this at all. It's completely optional, and I'm talking about the referring side, right? But understand it is going to be a learning curve to learn forex, and if you're okay with that, right? Just be okay with that. Okay. Some people get it right away. Some people don't. But while you're actually learning, why not put yourself in the best position to earn? Okay. Why not put yourself in the best position to leverage and build a network and build a legitimate business that will pay you every single week, every single month, for the rest of the year, and set yourself up really for the rest of your life. Okay. And so, I don't really have too much more, but I do want you guys to check out this website. This is businessforhome.org. This is a completely legitimate site. All of these earnings are verified. They have to submit their 1099 to this company, so that they can research, okay, and verify to be added to this list. So every single person you see on this list, whether they had $2 million a month, whether they had $27,000 a month, they have to sit and show proof, because documentation beats conversation any day of the week, right? And so now you may be saying, "Well, Justin, I hear you, man, but I'm not into talking to people. I'm not into just that networking thing." And what I'll tell you this, the guy actually that's the number 7 networker on this list, the number 1 African American in the world, that's making he's regularly making about $1 million a month on this list. He said your comfort zone is your broke zone. Your comfort zone is your broke zone. So if you're uncomfortable,
Man, he broke up again, but exactly. And I know he's about to come back on in a second, but nothing grows and your comfort zone. That's exactly what he's talking about right now. I
Are
mean,
doing.
hey Justin, there you go again. Restart that comfort zone for me one more time.
Okay, my bad, bro. But yeah, the comfort zone conversation, man. The comfort zone is your broke zone. You know, I learned that from the number 7 top income earner on this list here, and and I just challenge everybody. If you're uncomfortable doing some things, those are the things that you need to be doing, right? Because in order to in order to get different things, you got to become a different person. Period. I mean, if that makes sense to you, um, you know, I just hopefully I just hope that makes sense to you. Okay. In order to get something different, you gotta be somebody different. Period. And so I started this process years ago. It was the best thing I ever did. You know, um, I'm looking at two guys on this line that I know personally who started this process too. But just understand that it's a lifelong process. It's a lifelong journey. You're gonna keep evolving, keep learning, keep growing, keep developing, right? And so your income is never going to exceed your personal growth. That's another thing. Okay, so if you don't like the income that you're at right now, keep growing in mental capacity, keep growing in financial, education, keep growing because your income is going to catch up with it, right? As a result of it. And so that's all I got, Travis, man. I appreciate the opportunity as always, man. You did a phenomenal job with the training, but I do want to give this website out, remisbusinessforhome.org, man. When you get a chance, go on this site. If you're not familiar with it, businessforhome.org, and just look around, man. An amazing site, a good tool, a good resource, just for you, and anybody else that you may be exposing the business side to, because everything is not a scam, right? Everything is not a scam, and but I understand too, everything is not for everybody. So, Travis, man, I'm gonna stop my share and turn the call back over to you, brother. Appreciate you.
Hey, bro, I appreciate you once again doing what you do. You know how we do it, and I appreciate you. Actually, crazy part, I got some people in my inbox right now who is just speaking about joining the team as well. So it just seems like we keep putting the action in. Like I say, you build it, they will come. Right. And Remy, I hope you. I'm not sure who your sponsor is. I'm not sure how long you've been in the game. But again, I hope you got some value from this. I know I was telling people in our Forex Legend group that I was going to make sure I share more, because a lot of times it's usually just team trends on here, but again, we're all team trends, really. We're all legends in the making. So this is what we're here for. Again, I like to tell people a lot of the time, especially when it comes to what we do, right? Um, and Justin, you said this, and it still hits home, and it's simple. It's some will, some won't. So what? Right? Like I said, there's something for everybody. People like General So, I see. People like Chinese food. So there is something for everyone. That's out here in the world. And what we're just doing is actually doing something to take it to the next level. And as I was telling my team, Justin, I know you missed Tuesday, but I saw you had some stuff going on, so I caught that too. But basically, I kind of told him it's like, you know, even a scam works. You see what I'm
Right.
saying? All right, which is unfortunate, but basically the reason why I couldn't join certain things or why I don't join certain things is because of my mission statement, right? When me, Justin, and Jason, we got together the first time 3.5 years ago, we said we're going to empower, enrich, and educate, right? I saw the option to enrich, right? But I didn't see an option to empower or to educate, right? So I'm only one out of three of my vision. So I'm like, unfortunately, I can't move forward. Have I missed money? I possibly did miss $100, a few $100, but I want to make sure I'm doing it a certain way, right? And that's really what it's about. I'm not judging anybody from doing it. I got best friends right now, family that do stuff I don't agree with right now, and guess what? I still love them to death, and they still my family. So that's what it is. We can always agree to disagree. A lot of people think because people are opposed to something that we can't talk no more, we can't be friends and stuff like that, which is beyond me. Just like when people say, "Man, I can't believe you hang out with so and so. He ain't join your group." I'm like, he doesn't have to join my group. His vision ain't my vision, right? My goals aren't his goals, right? My goals are not to sit up here and play 2K or Madden all day. That's not me. My goal is to be able to look at US 30 and say, hey, how can I turn $1 to 100? Right? How can I turn 10 cents to $10? Right? That's my goal. That's my vision. So when I share it and people don't see it, I'm okay with that, right? Because I know I see it and I know I'm here for. And again, once I like to always talk about the sower, the story of the sower, right? And I think I need to start a series about this because this is all I talk about, it seems like. But it's so important because the sower has good seed, right? We have a good seed, right? Everyone, 99.9% of people that we know need more money, period, right? We know it, 99.9%. Okay. So we have the good seed. The issue is that, yes, it's going to find rocky ground, right? It's going to start growing and then it's going to start hailing and it's going to mess up your plants, right? But the farmer doesn't stop. The farmer just say, you know what? I'm going to go into dental work, right? Because this isn't working for me. No, he keeps on planting, right? Because he knows what he wants his harvest to be at the end of the season. And guess what's going to happen for that farmer? Eventually, it's going to find what? Good ground, right? And guess what? That's going to happen. Why? Because it's inevitable, right? It's the inevitable. It's going to find good ground because you have good seed. Like we have a great idea. The great idea is going to find the right people. One thing Justin says all the time is that, you can't say the wrong thing to the right people, right? Just like you can't say the right thing to the wrong people, right? It is what it is. It has to match, So again, some will, some won't. So what? Let's keep it moving. Again, I want to see everybody at the top, y'all, because the bottom, that's way too crowded. I appreciate y'all tonight. Remy, you have a good one. JP, I appreciate you again. Cuz, I'll talk to you later. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all night. I'm going.